Hello, Hassan.
Hi guys, hi Sano Laila.
Tell us a bit about your activity.
Well, I'm spokesman for a group called the British Muslims for Israel. We found that no longer were Muslims talking about a two-state solution between Israel and Palestine, but so dangerous had the discussion been dumbed down. So people were now starting to talk about if Israel should even exist, a question that we think is just a nonsense question. And for that reason, a group of professionals got together to advocate for Israel on the basis on human rights. What we do is we highlight the hypocrisies of other Middle East countries, for example, Iran, for example. And we ask them about, what sort of system would you either like to be governed in? Would you like to be governed in a democratic system, a system which has respect for human rights and civic society? Or would you rather be governed in the system that, say, Palestinians in Gaza are governed in by Hamas? If you were a Muslim, it would be far better for you to live in a country like Israel, where you are a free Muslim, than it would be for, let's say, for example, Saudi Arabia, where you're not exactly the type of Muslim you're supposed to be, when life can get very difficult for you.
I can only guess what kind of responses you get from some of your Muslim friends, for example.
Yes, well, we've had a fruitful number of responses. Some, as you can probably imagine, have been quite short-sighted in their response. And we have had some nasty emails, some nasty phone calls, but that sort of stuff we expected, and we don't let that slow us down. If anything, we fight against that. Yeah,
let alone against that, but are you getting threats? Is it dangerous to be in your position right now?
If Muslims across the world do not wake up and start to understand that Israel is here to stay. There is no question about if it is to exist or not. That's a nonsense question. It's here to stay. And it's here to stay, and it is a democracy. It is a place where people can live freely together. And it is exactly the sort of civic society and system that we should be replicating across the Middle East.
Yeah, but I'm talking to you personally about Hassan, let's say. Aren't you afraid for your personal security?
Personally, no, I'm not afraid, simply because I have no reason to be afraid. If I feel at any time that I am in danger or my family is in danger, then I will let the local authorities know.
Okay, let me get into the shoes of your Palestinian friends from Gaza and Ramallah, and I'm going to say to you that we are going through a very hard time of depression, occupation, and we expect you to stand by our side, shoulder to shoulder, and not with our enemies.
Solidarity with people of Palestine and the people of Gaza. But however, what we do have a problem with is the leadership in Palestine, the leadership in Gaza. I'm afraid, the Israeli government can't in any way have a discussion with a group which completely refuses their right to exist.
Okay, Hassan, I think that maybe tomorrow you're going to get a call from the Israeli Foreign Secretary, and maybe they're going to ask you to speak for them, because we can do it really good for ourselves. If they ask you to speak for Israel on, let's say, TV shows, would you do it?
Well, funnily enough, I've been reading up on Israeli Hasbara for a good couple of months now.
Okay.
I think that, yes, I would do it, in the sense that I think Israel is such a success story, but so often or not, only one side of the story is ever told. Now that there's such a sophisticated internet campaign to delegitimize Israel, I think now more than ever there needs to be coherent friends of Israel.
Okay, Hassan, that was truly fascinating, and I thank you very much for that.
Well, it's a pleasure's mine. Pleasure's mine.